welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about Brooke Skylar Richardson. If you guys haven't heard of her, she ended up taking her baby's life and she hid her pregnancy from her whole family. I'm going to get into her story and where she's at now, and it's pretty surprising. So if you guys like these type of videos, don't forget to subscribe, like, and let's get to it. So Brooke Skylar Richardson at the time was an 18-year-old girl in 2017. She was a high school cheerleader and her parents were married. She lived with them and she also had a brother. She came from a upper class home. She lived in a beautiful neighborhood. She had a beautiful, picture perfect life. She lived in a big house. Her mom said that her mom was very concerned with looks. Her mom was very concerned with being the picture perfect all-American family, and she was very concerned about how people perceived her and her exterior and the way she looked and the way her kids and her husband and their family all presented themselves. Now, Skylar had a eating disorder, which they said that they tried to send her to get her help for it, and they thought she was doing better because she started gaining some weight, and they were getting excited because she was eating more. And when I say she was gaining weight, she looks super thin to me still. She still looks really thin though. They said how she looked healthier, and they said it was great that it looked like she was getting healthier, fitter, and taking care of her body more and giving it the nutrients it needed. Well, she ended up starting dating this one guy, Troy. It was really quick, it didn't work out, and she ended up being introduced to Troy's cousin and she started dating him. Started dating for a little bit, and being that she was younger and in high school, her mom took her to the OBGYN because she wanted to make sure that she was on birth control. Very smart. Skylar goes into her appointment and finds out that she's actually pregnant, and she's super pregnant. She's like 4 weeks from having her baby kind of pregnant. And Skylar, gets really upset and she says, I came here for birth control. I promise I'll tell my mom, just give me the birth control. She'll be so mad at me if I don't leave with it. So this doctor, I guess, seems convinced and trusts her and decides to give her this birth control, which is really, really stupid, but I get it. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect, and everybody wants to see the good and trust that there's good in everybody. So this doctor gives her her birth control. She goes about her way, and she still doesn't say a word to anybody. She ends up going to her high school prom, and there's pictures of her. She's all excited, she's happy, she's dancing, nothing out of the ordinary. Everyone says that they had no idea. She didn't seem any different that night. That night, I guess from all the dancing and being on your feet, that baby was ready to come. She started going into labor in her house. She ended up delivering the baby in her bathroom, where her brother was right next door and her parents were in the house. That's how quiet she was to have this baby. I can't even imagine. And not only that, she did it alone. Her boyfriend didn't even know. So she claims that when the baby was born, that it was a stillborn. So she decided to hide the baby, go outside to the backyard, dig a grave for this baby, place the baby in there, and act like nothing had happened. What's even crazier is that after this had happened, she was texting her boyfriend, I'm so excited for the future. She had gotten into college and she was telling her boyfriend, like, it's like a fresh new start for me. She was texting her mom, telling her mom basically the same things. She was telling her mom, look mom, I lost 20 pounds. And her mom was all, I'm so proud of you, I'm so excited for you, blah, 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 which I don't think that's something you should celebrate with your already super skinny teenager that has an eating disorder. Call me crazy, but she was all excited. This is where her secrets came to light, because there was a knock at the door and it was police officers, and they said, we need to take Brooke in, and they had no idea why. And the police officers were like, we'll let you know when we get there. She's not in trouble. We just need to figure something out. They take her in and question her, and she breaks down and tells them everything when they ask her if she had a baby and buried it in her yard. And right then and there, she said yes. Now here's where it gets very questionable. They were questioning her for a lot of hours, and so of course they went and they found the baby and they took it in for an autopsy. And at first they said that it looked like she had suffered burns, and they're saying, we know you burned her, were you trying to cremate her? They were almost asking her questions that already had sort of an assumption in there, if that makes sense, so that she could just agree to it. And she was like, yeah, I guess I tried to cremate it with a light. I tried to cremate the baby with a lighter, but it didn't work. And then they said, well, was the baby alive? And she said, I guess it was, I thought I heard gurgling. So she kind of changes her tune, her stories, but they're asking her so many questions that already have sort of an answer in the question. And I feel like being so young, being naive, I'm sure it's very easy to give the answers that you think that they want to hear, because she was in, I'm sure if you have the mental capacity to give labor by yourself quietly and then bury the baby, that you're probably not all the way right in the head. And I'm sure it would be very easy for somebody like that in that situation and headspace to just automatically agree to whatever the police are saying. So then they get another autopsy, and this is where it comes back. No signs of burns at all on the baby. And she's like, because I didn't birth, it was a stillbirth, I swear. And this is where it came into question, because they couldn't figure out if the baby was alive or not when the baby was born. And this is the problem, because they don't know. And she kept saying that the baby was very white when the baby came out, which is a sign of a stillbirth. And she said she listened for the heartbeat. She couldn't hear anything. She ended up becoming acquitted of murder. She was convicted of abuse of a corpse and was sentenced to 3 years probation. And this was in September of 2019. Another problem during court of them not being able to determine if the baby was stillborn or not is the fact that very likely the baby could have been a stillborn because of her history with eating disorders, and then not to mention the fact that she had taken that birth control when she was given it by her OBGYN. I'll read you a text that she sent her mom the day after she had this baby. I'm literally speechless with how happy I am. My belly is back again. Oh my God, I'm never ever letting it get like this again. You're about to see me look freaking better than before. Oh my God. And then not only that, just the next day, she even ended up going to the gym to work out. She ended up sending her mom another text message that said, I'm literally so excited now just for dinner to wear something cute. My belly is back now. I'm taking this opportunity to make it amazing. 2017, she ended up going back to her OBGYN for more birth control, but she ended up seeing a different doctor. Doctor ended up confronting Brooke about no longer being pregnant, and the doctor said that Brooke ended up breaking down to her and telling her that she buried the baby in the backyard. And like I said, 2 days later is when the police department was notified and they came to her house. What's crazy too is in the interrogation room, she ended up denying 17 times that she burned the baby. And in the fire pit, there was burned fish bones, chicken bones, ashes, wood, but nothing that appeared to be human. Say that she was confused by the burn comment. She said that the police made her really vulnerable and intimidated because they said that the baby's body wouldn't be given back to the family unless she told the whole truth of what happened, which is why she just agreed that, yeah, she burned the baby. But like I said, she ended up getting 3 years of probation. Her attorney filed in October of 2020 to mitigate and terminate her sentence, saying that she had done everything that they had required of her. According to her attorney, she's in college with a 3.8 GPA, has a job, and she still continues with her mental health treatment. She wants to be a defense lawyer, and she actually works for her law firm that's representing her. So I want to hear what your thoughts are. 1, do you think her mom knew? I think her mom knew. I mean, moms know everything. 2, do you think she got off way too easy? 3, do you think the baby was born as a stillborn? I'm really up in the air. I feel like in my soul, the baby was born a stillborn, even though, what was her plan? Was she gonna have this baby in secret and then like, hey mom, got a baby, got no nursery, I have nothing ready, I have no diapers, I have no blankets, I don't even got a crib for this baby to sleep in, but I got a baby, surprise. Or was she gonna be like, surprise, I'm gonna give this baby up for adoption, that's why I held it a secret? It just doesn't make sense. I feel like this is a Casey Anthony situation where the mom probably did know. Even the few weeks before, like when the OBG told her that she was pregnant, she even had time then to kind of tell her parents, plan whatever the outcome was going to be, whether it's adoption, whether it's keep the baby or the parents raise it. They could have made the plan there and didn't. I feel like her mom knew. So I want to hear what you guys think. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon.